so this is now the continuation of lesson 2, lesson 2D, solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. Let's have a review first of what a quadratic formula is. Okay, so this one is the quadratic formula. I hope you have taken note of this already. So how do we use this formula in solving quadratic equations? So if we have this one, so what we're going to do is just to write this in standard form. So since 4x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 0 is in standard form na, so proceed with the next step. The next step is to identify A, B, C. And remember that A is the partner of x squared, so this one here. And then B is the partner of x. And then C is the one which has no variable. So the values of A, B, C are 4, -4, and 1. Now, let's get back to the quadratic formula. What we're going to do now is to substitute the values, these values here, with the quadratic formula. Okay, so to do that, we have here, so kindly just check. So negative B, so we have -4, and then B again, so -4, and then A is 4, C is 1, and then A is 4. And then after this, evaluate. So negative times -4 is +4. -4 squared is 16. -4 times 4 times 1 is 16 also. So 2 times 4 is 8. So we have here the simplified form of this one. Now 16 minus 16 is 0. Okay, so there's no square root of 0, I mean, is 0. So only this 4 over 8 will be left. So we have 4 over 8. And this is reducible to 1/2. Okay, so that's how to use quadratic formula in solving. Another example. 2x squared plus 7x plus 9 equals 0. Same step, write in standard form. However, naka-standard form na siya, so proceed. Identify values of A, B, C. So, ito lang yun. Since naka-standard form siya, pasunod-sunurin mo lang 2, 7, and 9. So, you have here, A is 2, B is 7, C is 9. Now, substitute this to the quadratic formula. Okay, so let's check. So our B is 7, B again 7, so A is 2, C is 9, and then over 2A, so we have A as 2. Okay, evaluate. 7 squared, 49. What about 4 times 2 times 9? Yes, it's -72. Now, what is the result of 49 minus 72? It's -23. Take note that whenever there is a negative sign inside the square root, what we're going to answer for the values of x is undefined or no real solution. Okay, so that's just a review of how we do we solve quadratic equations by extracting by quadratic formula. Alright, so let's continue with some problems relating to quadratic formula. So let's answer this. Do you think the quadratic formula is more appropriate to use in solving quadratic equations? So I've been telling you always this class that it really depends on the person who is solving. However, as I have told you, not everything should be solved by quadratic formula. Aside from the process is very long, medyo matagal bago matapos yung solvings mo, and kung kaya mo lang din siyang i-extracting square root, let's say b is equal to 0, mag-extracting square root ka na kasi mas madali siya. Or kung you're equipped with your skill in factoring, mag-factoring ka na. Okay? And then, pag hindi, then you proceed with the quadratic formula. But then again, it's up to the person who is solving. Alright? So here, if you are to solve each of the quadratic equations, which method would you use and why? Okay, so mag-venture tayo dun sa idea na if b is equal to 0, the most appropriate method shall be extracting square root. If it is factorable, then dapat factoring. Ngayon, kung hindi siya, when either of the two, wala siya dun, then ikaw nang bahala if you're going to use completing the square or quadratic formula. What about this? Okay, so as you can see, b is equal to 0. So the most appropriate method here is extracting square root. Okay, another one. Okay, kaya mo ba siyang i-factor? Madali ba siya sa factoring? So, you have 2x. Medyo magulo, no? So, you can use quadratic formula or computing the square. It's up to you. But, kung you know how to factor this out, then you choose factoring. Okay, what about this? This is the same thing with the first one. b is equal to 0. So, the most appropriate method is extracting square root. Ito naman. Factorable ba siya? Hindi. You just use quadratic formula. Kung factorable man, medyo ang hirap. Kasi merong a greater than 1. Okay? Mahirap sa factoring yun. Especially pag hindi mo kabisado ang factoring. Okay? Another one. The length of a car park is 120 meters longer than its width. The area of the car park is 6,400 square meters. What is the length of the car park? Paano ba to? Okay, mag-venture tayo. Wala kasing binigay na width. Bakit start tayo sa width? Let x be the width. Bakit? Kasi siya yung last being mentioned. Yun lang yung palatandaan nyo. Yung last na na-mention dito is the width. So, therefore, siya yung x. I-let x. Okay? Tapos sabi, the length of a car park is 120 longer. So, yung x mo, mag-add ka ng 120. So, that's the length. Okay? Remember that ang given dito is area. Ano bang formula ng area ng isang rectangle? Area. Area is length times width. Okay. Ngayon, substitution na tayo. What is the area given? The area given is 6,400. So, palitan natin siya dito ng 6,400. Tapos, yung length magiging x plus 120. Yung width naman magiging x. Okay? So, there you go. Our formula will be 6,400. Nag-switch lang ako dito. This is width times length. Okay? Pero okay lang yan kasi 'di ba pag multiplication pwede siyang mag-commute. Okay? So here mag-multiply ka na, 'di ba? Meron pang distribution dito so x squared. Tapos i-times mo siya x times x squared. X times 120 is 120x. Yan. And then of course, proceed with writing this into the standard form. So eto na siya. Anong nangyari? So, medyo, ito, kung natatandaan nyo kanina yung discussion kahapon, yung discussion natin is, pwede siyang mag-negative x squared, negative a, pwede din siyang positive. So, here, I'm actually using a na positive. Okay? So, here, we can now identify a, b, and c, and substitute to the quadratic formula. Okay, so ito na yon. Check our substitution. So, 120 for b, 120 for b, and then a is 1, and then c is 6,400 over 2 times 1. Then, evaluate. Ito siguro yung sagot. So, negative 120. Yung 120 squared is 14,400. Ito naman, dahil dalawang negative, sabi ko sa inyo, plus na siya. So, 4 times 1 is 4 times 6,400. So, 25,600. And 2 times 1 is 2. Tapos, i-add natin to, itong dalawang to. I-add natin siya. So, we're going to get 40,000. Yung square root ng 40,000 is 200. Ngayon, dahil wala ng square root sign, so kailangan nating i-separate ang plus and minus. Okay. Ngayon, magsimula tayo dito sa plus. Negative 120 plus 200 is, ilan ba? 80. That's 80 over 2. 80 divided by 2 is 40. Dito naman tayo sa negative. So, that's negative 320. Wait, huwag ka nang tumuloy. Bakit? Kasi, it's very clear that you'll be dividing negative by positive. So, it's very clear na yung sagot mo, yung final answer mo will be negative. And we're talking about length, dimensions, length and width dito. So, kung dimensions, walang negative na nag-i-exist. So, itong value na to will be discarded. Huwag mo nang i-divide. Kasi wala rin, negative din naman siya. Okay? So, therefore, x, di ba sabi natin kanina, let x be the width. So, 40 is the width. Ngayon, hindi, kung babalikan nyo yung question, pause nyo yung video, medyo play nyo konti, balik kayo doon. Ang tinatanong sa atin is not the width, but the width. The length, I mean. So, yung length, ang sabi natin kanina sa first step is x plus 120 since longer siya na sa width na 120. So, 40 plus 120 is 160. So, answer na. Yung sagot natin is, final answer natin is 160. Okay? Okay, ito na yon. So, answer the following. Show your solutions whenever necessary. Okay? So, the values of A, B, and C, kayo na lang bumasa. Okay? So, meron pa kasi siyang next page. Okay? So, siguro yan lang, no? So,